why are you going to an election if it is a protest vote?
We are going to protest using the vote. It's not a protest march. It's not a protest war. It's not a protest sitting. It is a protest vote. We understand that our people have been intimidated so much to the extent that some people even fear to air their grievances, and rightly so. But we know that there's another way. Like I said, we use every window that we get. Going to the polls, we know that we can mobilize Ugandans en masse to prepare to go to the polls and go cast their ballot. And do more than just cast their ballot. Fight back for it. When you
I feel every time you give me an opportunity to speak to my audience because they usually wait for you.
It's always my humble pleasure.
Yes, but ultimately, the sacrifices that you make.
That we make.
That we make.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah.
Bikaye, don't overlook the sacrifices that you make yourselves.
Yeah.
You're one of our most astute journalists, young, educated, talented, and able. Oh. Look where you are. I'm sure you don't like being away from home.
That's true.
But you're away from home, so you're sacrificing too. Let us just look at it holistically as we, not just me.
Wow, awesome. Now, let's start right away. 2026, many people are asking, more especially skeptics, critics, and name it. They say, why are you going back? After all, you know what's going to happen. You went in the 2021 elections, you know what the man did, he's going to shut down the internet, he's going to do everything. Why are you going back?
The first question should be, you knew what was going to happen in 2021. Why did you go in? Because I knew. Don't tell me you don't know how dictatorships operate. But we went in knowing we were going to win, knowing we were going to be rigged. But the Baganda say, akugoba, tabula chakusuza.
Exactly.
So Museveni wanted to strip him of the legitimacy and deny him the very beneficial thing that he's been having. That's the ability to lie, ability to pose as a Democrat, and yet he's not. And we succeeded in that. So, like Dr. Besige taught us, when you're eating an elephant, you eat it bit by bit, by bit by bit. So we want to break down the dictatorship bit by bit by bit. This is another opportunity. It's an election. We don't want to leave it to him to once again leave the world that lie to the world that Uganda is a democracy. So we went in to challenge him, win him, and expose him to the world as he does what he does best usually.
During the 2021 elections, I was in the newsroom. I was working with NBS. And I remember when you were abducted and what they did to you.
Yeah.
People went on streets, they protested, they were killed on streets.
Yeah.
And for some reasons, people are quick to blame you instead of blaming the perpetrator. Don't you think that probably the same events might happen and people might be killed, and again, you'll be the one to be blamed?
People are being killed. People were killed before I was born. People got killed when I was just under 4 years when Museveni was taking power, in 1986. People have been killed for the last 40 years. Those that are killed directly and physically by bullets and guns, those that were burnt in train wagons, and those that die out of the failures of the system, those that die massively in the healthcare system, and those that die on the road carnages. So people have been dying. People continue to die, and people will continue to die if we've not done anything to avert it. The efforts that I lead are efforts to make things better, to ensure that people stop dying. Of course, the only way they respond to us is by violence. I'm not calling anybody to war. I'm not calling anybody to violence. I am calling the people of Uganda to exercise their right in the safest, ideally the safest way possible. That's non-violent protest. But the regime responds to us with violence. Even when somebody just puts on a t-shirt or plays my music, they get abducted, raped or sodomized, tortured, killed, name it. So, like we said in one of the songs, why do you blame the victim? Blame the perpetrator. Blame the killer, not the killed.
Now, 100% you have to blame the one that is committing all these atrocities. Now, let's go back to these people who have said, if we all know that, if we do everything according to the law, according to only the legal areas, why don't we change the modus operandi? We've understood that Museveni cannot be pushed out of power by, playing the right way. How about we do what he did in 1980?
How about we do the wrong thing?
That's what they're saying, basically.
Well, I understand them. I understand the frustration. I understand the anger. I understand the sense of hopelessness. But the duty of a leader is to see a way, go that way, and show that way to other people. I've taken time to study all the pathways of change. And like I spoke yesterday, violence is one of them. But we rejected violence because violence only creates a vicious circle of violence. It creates a sense of entitlement, It disempowers the people even further, and yet we say people power is our power. Disempowers people and empowers the gun. Our effort is to disempower the gun and put that power in the ballot, to see that to change power, never again shall we need to use violence. Violence is the easiest way and most practical way, but we don't want just quick fixes. We want to fix this once and for all. And it has been done in the past in many other countries, like it can be done in Uganda. We choose non-violence, we choose democracy, because we want to subdue the arms once and for all. General Museveni prides himself in violence. That's what he has practiced for all the years of his political careers, which are beyond 60. That is what he knows. That is what he has prepared. Museveni and his henchmen planned to rule our country for more than 50 years. And to guarantee that, they stockpiled weapons and stole a lot of money because they believe in bribery and violence. Our effort is to demystify all those. Like we were taught by Martin Luther King, the true freedom is when you overcome the love of money and fear of death. When you're not in love with money, nobody can buy you off. And if you don't fear death, nobody is going to scare you off. So we want to, first of all, demystify the money. Give the power to the people, the masses, so that you can only bribe so many. You can't bribe all of them. Also, demystify that fear among people. You can scare many, you can kill many, but you can kill only so many. You can't kill all of them. So once we break down that love of money and fear of death, then people will be empowered once and for all. Yeah.
Okay, 2026 has been dubbed the protest vote.
Yeah.
And many people think that probably the best way to protest is to say we're not going in an election. Why are you going in an